Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Murat Artiran. I'm going to give you brief information about how we read a research paper this week. Um, this is one of my article, and reading a research paper can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. With a few simple steps, you can quickly understand what the paper is about and learn something new. And I've been publishing research paper for the past 12 years and I also serve as a reviewer for journals. I review articles for journals as part of my job. Here's how I read a research paper. A typical research paper is composed of 8 sections. Title and keywords here, abstract, and introduction section, and the method section. And inside the method section, you have a results section, and then we see conclusion section, or they sometimes call discussion section, and the end of the paper, we see the references. In order to better understand the main areas of research, I would recommend that you begin by reading the name of the journal first. Here, name of the journal, and so you will give this will give you some insights into the area of research it covers. Then I take a look at the title of the article here. And once you have done that, you can read the keywords first. I read the keywords first to get better understanding of the content. Then I read the abstract here. Because scientists are restricted to 250 words in scientific journal articles, they may have difficulty explaining their work in detail in the abstract. I suggest reading the conclusion section before the introduction and method sections. Conclusion sections here, discussion sections. Not in this particular research. You don't see tables and numbers in discussion boards usually, but here in this particular research, you see some numbers, but don't worry about them. And you read the abstract section. I'm sorry, conclusion section. And then you can go back to beginning of the paper. Read again the abstract section. And when you come to the introduction section, because you read the conclusion section and the conclusion sections written in a clear language, and the writers usually writes about how the data being used, and they give real life experiences, real life examples about their findings. So you now have the idea about the purpose of the research and the results of the research anyway. Um, I suggest you not to read the entire introduction section first. Go to the last two paragraphs of the introduction section here and read the last two paragraphs. This is because often the important variables, relationships, and the purposes will be stated in this paragraph. Then I go back to read the introduction section. The first paragraphs and the second paragraphs. If you're overwhelmed with the reading the introduction section, you can go to method section. I suggest you to read the first paragraphs of method section, and I first check who the participants are. Then I read the analysis strategies and measurements here. And please do not forget to read the measurements here, the variables you can see. Researchers measure the rumination, psychological distress, and irrational beliefs. You can review the graphics and the numbers if you would like to, and the correlation tables. However, if you don't understand the numbers, what the numbers mean, don't worry. Just go back to the conclusion section or discussion section and read the research findings there. After that, I return to the beginning of the paper and read the introduction section from the beginning to the end. During your reading, you may wanna take notes on the variables, the research problems, and the primary results. So I hope it will be useful, beneficial for you, these explanations. So see you during the week. And if you have any questions, you can email me anytime you want. Thank you. Have a nice week.